Hello, welcome back to Life Lessons from a Lawyer. Peter Hastings, the lawyer and businessman, educationalist. We're going to look now at written communication. Again, a lot of lawyers spend their lives in written communication and trying to transmit to often other lawyers what their position is and what they want to try to say. And it's useful here, I think, to remember something which was written by the great French Enlightenment writer Voltaire when he wrote a letter to his sister. And at the bottom of it, he put P.S. If I'd had longer, I would have written less. Which, of course, is a bit odd because you think he would have said, if I'd had longer, I would have written more. But what he meant was that when he wrote a letter, he would then read it again and cut pieces out. And certainly, if I draft a document or a letter, uh, I almost invariably can make it shorter when I look at it the second and third time. And um, it's not really a criticism of others. So if I ask someone who's not a lawyer to maybe write their story down so that I can turn it into a witness statement, my end document will be shorter than what they wrote. Because lawyers try not to use more than the minimum amounts of words so that they can be concise. And being concise and precise doesn't mean that you have nothing written, but because you can use a minimum that you need. So, for example, in England, we have a Theft Act, and you might think theft is easy to define. But you can buy whole books on the Theft Act, and Section 1 of the Theft Act, from memory, I might get it slightly wrong, says that theft is defined as the dishonest appropriation of the goods of another with the dishonest intention of permanently depriving them of those goods. Not quite the right words, but all of those words have a specific meaning in law: dishonesty, appropriation, goods, permanently. All these words are used on purpose, and they're all defined by court cases and other lawyers. So that's why you can end up with a book this thick about just that sentence. Um, so it's important to have words that are used to define things. So it's important not just to have a law that says um, all killing is not allowed, for example, because sometimes the law does allow killing in only minimal circumstances. The old Soviet Union used to have lots of laws, but the last law at the back of their constitution was that nobody was allowed to do anything that was contrary to the interests of the state, which was to be decided by the state. So uh, that was not precise, not concise, and very simple law, but it meant the state could do what it liked. So it wasn't actually very good for anybody else. And it's useful when writing to other people, certainly on serious matters, to having drafted it out, as I say, and I do this, however you do it, mind map, or I just write notes in any order and then put them in the order you think you want. Make every sentence as short as you can. I tend to use numbered points. So that way you can identify one point from another point. Make each one as short as you can. Cut out any words that you don't need. And that way you will get over precisely and concisely what you're trying to say. And there's much less chance of a misunderstanding on the other side. And after all, that's the point of communication, to explain yourself to the other person. So in a way, the less you say, as long as you're clear what you're saying, the better. Thanks very much. See you next time.